Welcome back to the Play Your Way channel. And every single year, there are huge games that come out every single month. And we are currently in the month of April. There are a lot of huge, massive games coming out this month specifically. And I wanted to basically sit down and tell you guys what are the biggest games that are releasing in April of this year. So let's go ahead and dive in. Starting off the month, one of the bigger games coming out on April 2nd being Darwin's Paradox. Play as Darwin, an octopus snatched from the sea and thrust into a mysterious food factory. In this action-adventure platformer, our protagonist, Darwin, has all the evolutionary features of an octopus, including the ability to climb almost any surface, camouflage himself, and also the skill to shoot ink to avoid enemies. This is being published by Konami. Konami is back. They have come back with, of course, we have Castlevania coming in the year. We had Metal Gear Solid 3, the remake. Konami is back, man. Silent Hill has been there, and now we have Darwin's Paradox, a new IP coming from Konami, which is super interesting. It's been a game that I've been interested in. Don't know if I'll end up playing it, but I do think for anyone that is a huge fan of Konami right now should very much look into this game and see if they have the sauce. So yeah, we'll see where this goes, but this is definitely one I think people should check out. Here we go, baby. April 3rd, Shinobi Art of Vengeance DLC. Developer is Lizard Cube. Master of the ninja arts Joe Musashi will face his fiercest battles yet as he takes on 3 legendary Sega foes. The ruthless giant Death Adir Golden Axe, the mad dog of Goro Majima, like a dragon from the Yakuza series, and the evil genius Dr. Eggman. Sega Villain Stages DLC will take players through 5 epic new stages featuring stunning worlds inspired by beloved franchises. This was my 3rd favorite game of last year. I love this game with all my heart. I think it's one of the most underrated games of last year, and I am super excited for the DLC, having new stages, new boss fights. I'm super, super, super excited, and I can't wait to jump in, and I hope you guys do as well. On April 7th, we have Starfield releasing on the PS5 with the DLC of Terran Armada. Terran Armada introduces a new questline across the settled systems with new characters, locations, enemies, quest systems, and rewards. Players get the chance to shape the future of humanity in space as they combat the incursions of the Terran Armada's robotic forces in the brand new story downloadable content. Also, forgot to mention the Free Lanes update, which is free, basically adding more ship options, ship traversal. There is a lot of stuff that is coming out within the DLC, with the story expansion and the normal update. I have not played, I don't think any of us that are on the channel have really dove deep into Starfield. But I will say, for anyone that has not played Starfield, especially now going to PS5, this is the best time to pick it up specifically. And I think if there's any time you want to play it and pick it up, it is right now. So go check that out by the time it releases on April 7th. On April 8th, we go to Pokemon Champions. Get ready to experience everything you love about Pokemon battles all in one place. In Pokemon Champions, this new battle-focused game will feature familiar mechanics such as Pokemon types, abilities, and moves, creating an environment conducive to rich and varied strategies for new and experienced trainers alike. It's not just familiar mechanics, you'll be able to bring in classic Pokemon from other games in the franchise and more. Pokemon Champions is one that John is definitely the most excited for out of all of us. It is honestly, like, this is the closest thing I feel like we will get to a Pokemon Stadium kind of game. I feel like the Pokemon community has been itching for a game like this for a hot minute, and I think it is super cool that Nintendo is really trying to kind of cover the competitive side of Pokemon. I love to see that for the franchise, and honestly, this franchise, in my opinion personally, is honestly getting back on its 2 feet, and I really think they have a lot of momentum going forward, and I hope to see this do very, very well. But we shall see on April 8th. Here we go. After a long, long wait, we've been waiting years, multiple delays later. On April 14th, we will finally be able to play Replaced by the developer Sad Cat Studios. Expose the sinister secrets of Phoenix Corporation as Reach, an AI trapped in a human body. Set in an alternate 1980s America scarred by nuclear catastrophe, navigate a dark cyberpunk thriller in this narrative-driven 2.5D platforming, blending cinematic exploration with fluid, free-flow action. Replaced has been, man, it has been a journey. This is coming from a Ukraine studio. If any of you know, Russia and Ukraine were having issues for a long time, still probably to this day, but not as bad when it comes to the war kind of that was happening there. I'm really curious to see how Replaced does. I think specifically John did a video on this talking about will it live up to the hype, and honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, I think this game will live up to the hype. I think this game is going to be great. I think this game is taking a long time to come out, but I think that they've had enough time to really flesh out everything that they want to. I think that this game has a lot of potential in its combat system, and of course, its visuals. I think the music has a good shot of being something special. I think the demo, from what I saw and played, was a great demo. I think it really got me excited for this game more, and I'm really hopeful. And I really just hope at the end of the day, Replaced does have a lot of fans, and it really hits that mark for the people that have been wanting to play it. But we shall see on April 14th. April 16th. I never thought I'd get a sequel. Never in my life did I ever think I would get a sequel. I mean, the first game is in my top maybe 30 games of all time. I absolutely love this game, and that would be Tomodachi Life: Living the Dream. Tomodachi Life series is back with its first brand new entry in over 10 years. Create your own Mii characters based on yourself, friends, family, anyone, and watch them live their lives on an island out at sea. Get involved with their relationships and experience all the weird and wonderful ways these Mii characters interact. You may even drop in on their dreams. This is my personal most anticipated game of this month. I loved the original Tomodachi Life on the 3DS. It is a game that I was quite literally addicted to. It was one that I spent so much time playing, and I can't believe we're getting a sequel. This series now is one that I'm so happy I get, because it's so unique and it's so special, and it's one that I really don't want people to overlook because of how weird it is coming from Nintendo. And from everything I've heard, everything we've seen, I truly do think this one will not be overlooked like the first one. Even though Tomodachi Life on the 3DS sold 7 million copies, I truly think this one will not be overlooked this time. And I want everyone to know, please don't, just try the game. I promise you, it's fun, it's quirky. I think this game is going to hit every mark that it needs to. It's making a lot of changes from the first one that it really, really needed, with the new additions of relationships, the building system, which now gives you opportunities to do things when your Miis don't have any problems. there are a lot of amazing changes that they're making, including with dating, gender, preferences. There's a lot of awesome things that they're doing, and I'm so unbelievably stoked for this game when it releases on April 16th. Also releasing on April 16th, we have Mouse PI for Hire, developed by Fumi Games. Join private investigator Jack Pepper on a guns-blazing jazz-fueled adventure in Mouse PI for Hire. Mouse combines the charm of hand-drawn rubber hose animation inspired by the classic cartoons of the 1930s with the adrenaline and action of an explosive first-person shooter. So, we've seen Mouse PI for Hire more and more over the years. Mouse PI for Hire, the best way I can explain it is it has that, like it said, 1930s Steamboat Willie kind of art style. That's what I feel like they were going for there. It's a beautiful looking game. First person shooter kind of reminds me of Doom. They're going for kind of like a Doom style of shooter, which I think looks super dope. There's a lot of, they were talking about the characters of Jack Pepper. There's voice acting in the game. Hopefully the characters will hit well. The game length, I think, is heard to be around the 15-hour-ish mark, somewhere around there. And I think this game has a lot of potential. I think especially for an indie game as well, just like Replaced we talked about earlier, I think this is another indie game that has a lot of potential to really inspire a lot of other indie games, but also be one of the best indie games of the year. But I guess we will just have to see whenever it also releases on the same day as Tomodachi Life, which is April 16th. And here we go. Finally, another game that has taken a long time to release. This game was announced, I'm pretty sure, when the original PS5 was debuted. It's been that long. And that game is Pragmata, coming out April 17th. Capcom's newest IP, Pragmata, an all-new science fiction action-adventure with its own unique hacking twist. It is the near future, and protagonist Hugh and his android companion Diana must work together as they make their way through the cold lunar research station. Pragmata is going to be one of the most interesting games that we will see this month. There are a lot of people that are so excited for this game. John has been excited for this game ever since its conception. Literally since the trailer was released back in 2019, 2020. I think it might have been, maybe it's somewhere around there. I definitely know it's around that mark. I didn't do my research, unfortunately, but I played the demo when it came out after the PlayStation State of Play, and honestly, this game has so much potential to be something special. Capcom is coming off of Resident Evil Requiem, a game that all of us on the team absolutely loved. We thought it was a fantastic game, and I'm really hoping Capcom can continue that momentum with Pragmata, especially after playing the demo, the sketchbook demo. It was such a good demo. It has fantastic, really addictive hacking gunplay. You basically are hacking your enemies in order to open basically these critical sweet spots on enemies. You basically open up hatches with a hacking system in order to get the spots on them that will do more damage. It's actually super innovative and super cool to see done in gameplay format. And I will say, from every trailer, it's the vibe of, Hugh and Diana, our two main characters that we have, the music that plays in the background. I'm really hoping the story of this game can hit. I think the music has a good shot of hitting. I think the visuals are fantastic from what we've seen. I am very, very excited, as well as my two podcast members. We are super excited to see where this goes, and we're hoping Pragmata hits, and it's finally awesome to be able to play this game on April 17th. On April 21st, from developer Poncle, we have Vampire Crawlers. Deal world-ending combos and blitz through infested dungeons. Vampire Crawlers, the turbo wild card from Vampire Survivors team, is a casual, turn-based deck builder with roguelike elements. Master the turbo turn with your own hand of cards. So, Vampire Crawlers, as they said, is made from the Vampire Survivors team. They had a absolute massive hit with Vampire Survivors. And I'm really interested to see how they do with a card management system. I've actually not played anything regarding this. I can't remember if there was a demo, but I have seen this game. The art style is very wicked looking. It is very interesting to me. I think the card management system, pretty sure it might be a roguelike. I might be lying. I didn't do my fullest research on this. But I think card games specifically have become super huge in the video game industry right now. We are seeing a rise in it, especially if this is a roguelike. I'm not 100% sure on that, but if it is, then we also are seeing a huge rise in roguelikes as well. I am excited for Vampire Crawlers. I actually drafted it on our Fantasy Critic League that we are doing. So I'm really hoping this game does good. I'm hoping that it reaches an audience just like Vampire Survivors did. But we shall see on April 21st. On April 23rd, Double Fine's next game, baby. Kiln. Kiln is an online multiplayer pottery party brawler from Double Fine Productions. Grab your friends to assemble a team of colorful spirits, then sculpt ceramic battle armor on a pottery wheel. The size and shape of your pots determine their playstyle and abilities. Work together to douse the enemy's kiln. So we saw this back at the Xbox Developer Direct. This was the secret game that we saw, and it's, for me personally, I don't know Jordan's opinion on it, but me and John were kind of okay on the idea. I think the idea of the pot creation is fantastic. I think that game is going to trend for that specific reason when it comes to the pottery building. It is so accurate, it's so unique, it's something that I feel like video games we don't normally get to do. And I've heard from a lot of previews that have played it that the pottery section, like building, is phenomenal. Like, it is so addicting, and I think for me that's like the one thing I would hope really hits the mark. I'm not 100% convinced on the gameplay just because it feels like there's just one mode. I wish there was more modes. I'm not sure if there are, but I'm pretty certain there hasn't been from everything we've heard. And my only other thing is I don't like the release date of the game being April 23rd just because we have so many games coming out. But who knows? Maybe me and John give this a try when it comes out on April 23rd. On April 28th, we have Diablo 4 Lords of Hatred DLC. This expansion for Blizzard's critically acclaimed ARPG unites a high-stakes campaign against Mephisto, two powerful new classes, the ancient and fabled region of Skovos, and sweeping gameplay updates that redefine how players experience Sanctuary. A pre-purchase grants immediate access to the highly requested Paladin class, offering a new path of divine retribution as darkness closes in. So, Diablo 4 was a game that I tried getting into with a couple of friends. Unfortunately, we just never really got too far. And I don't see us ever continuing. Unfortunately, my friend, well, not unfortunately for him, but unfortunately for me, I would have liked to continue. I don't think I'll jump into this DLC personally, but for anyone that really loves and enjoys Diablo 4, Michael, if you're watching this, you're one of them. You definitely want to hop into this. This is looking like a very, very big update. And this update, hopefully, is going to scratch that itch for people that are just looking for more reasons to hop back into Diablo 4. especially when it releases on April 28th. On April 30th, closing out the month, we have 2 more games, but I want to cover this one first just because it is the smaller one of the 2. We have Invincible Versus, developed by Quarter Up, which is built by some coexisting members that worked on Killer Instinct developers. So Invincible Versus is a brutal superhero 3v3 tag fighting game set in the Invincible universe, where you can battle to the death as a team of fan favorite characters in iconic locations. Invincible Versus is definitely a game that I think could be a sleeper fighting game of the year. I haven't really seen a lot when it comes to this game. I will say personally, I don't know if anyone's going to be playing it on the Play Your Way team. I personally probably won't, just because I don't know what it is about Invincible with me. I'm not saying the show is not good or anything. It's just, I think the art style with all the blood just kind of throws me off, because I grew up as a kid that didn't see all of that. But I do think if you're a big super fan of fighting games, I definitely think this is one to look out for. And I hope that even with the release date that it has for the next game we're about to talk about, I hope it really can find that success that it needs. And here we go. The final big game of April 30th. There is not really much else that can be said. We have, John has talked about this game, made a video on it, and he has said almost everything that needs to be said about this game, which is Saros by developer Housemarque. Beneath the shadow of an ominous eclipse, Rahul Kohli, star, I can't pronounce the main character's name, I'm sorry, star of The Haunting of Bly Manor and Midnight Mass, is a solitaire enforcer who will stop at nothing to pursue answers on the shape-shifting world of Carcosa, a planet filled with dark secrets and hostile inhabitants. So, if any of you have watched the video, there was, we had John who basically covered Saros and how excited he was for it. Returnal is his 4th favorite game of all time. It is a game, it has his most addicting gameplay ever, his favorite gameplay of all time. And honestly, Saros is looking like a step up in every single avenue, in terms of story, in terms of gameplay, in terms of visuals. It is every single department within this game just looks like it is improving on every single aspect. I'm hearing previews saying that this is a Game of the Year contender. This is a game that is a must play. This is probably, to, I would say, most people, and I can see this, I think this will be that one game that you need to play out of this entire month. If you're looking for that one game that you want to play, that you think you have to, this is going to be the one. Housemarque, when they put out Returnal, in my opinion, and I think to a lot of people, was one of the most slept on games that came out during that year. I remember it got nominations at the Game Awards, but it didn't necessarily win, I think, enough that people wanted it to. It is a game that was severely slept on. In terms of commercially, it didn't sell as well as I think the studio would have liked. But I think with Saros being fully backed by PlayStation this time, I think Saros is going to hit a mark higher than what it even expects. And we're all super excited for when Saros releases on April 30th. And that's all the biggest games releasing in April. I appreciate all you guys for sticking to the end, watching this. It's super awesome to be able to do this and basically tell you guys how excited we are on this podcast for games coming out. April is a very stacked month. I'm actually quite concerned for how I'm going to keep up with all of this, but I'll do what I can, and because I want to play a lot of these games that are on this list. And not all of them I do, but for the most part, I would say at least like 60-70% I do, and I'm going to have a really hard time keeping up. April is a very stacked month. I am shocked that this month is as big and stacked as it is, but hopefully I can keep up with everything. And I'm hoping you guys are excited, play more games, have fun, and let's get ready for April. Let's get ready for all the games that these developers are releasing, and let's hope that they all hit the mark they want to. Thank you guys for watching this, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.